What's up, guys? This is Steven, repping for my motherfucking city. But today I wanted to share with you 3 things you can do to relieve tension. As we've all probably heard many times before, stress is the #1 killer. I mean, every time you're stressed, every time you're tense, you think straight, it's hard to do anything. You feel like you're lacking energy. You feel like you're lacking motivation. All the things that are bad for a productive person. So, one way in which massage helps, or why I say is the antidote, essentially the golden gun to negativity and stress, is that it increases circulation in the body. What does that mean? Everything is energy, right? What is blood? Essentially, think of blood as energy. Your body is always in motion. I don't know, some of you study like stuff like hermetic principles or whatever, but essentially, life is motion. Like when you die, you're not moving, right? You're flat. So everything is always in motion. Your muscles work the same way. They essentially contract and expand. Expand, contract. They're like springs. Literally doing this, right? What is lactic acid? It's when there's a buildup, almost like a gel-like substance in between the muscles that actually coalesces. So that means it um, it molds and bunches up and literally prevents the muscle from doing the sponge thing. You can think of it like dust, right? Dust on your blinds. Like, it's literally, you can swipe your finger and it's literally like little particles. But let it grow enough, like give it enough time, and it'll be really, really fucking thick. It's the same way for lactic, for your body and your muscles. Enough of that gel-like substance, and it will literally just block up your muscles. Instead of them being able to freely move, they'll first be slowing down in their movement until they literally stop moving altogether. And then before you know it, you have entire areas of your body that are cordoned off. Cordon, C-O-R-D-O-N-E-D. Like, they're blocked off, unable to move, restricted, and then that's where mutation, sicknesses, problems like arthritis, all the fibromyalgia, all those things happen. It's simply because at one point a cell stopped moving and then it died. And because the body is a system that depends on every single part, that cell caused another cell to stop moving, which caused another cell to stop moving, which caused another cell. So what happens? At first you have one little black hole, then it spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads. What is this? Cancer. Boom. 3 ways, like 3 little quick things that I do for myself when I feel myself getting really tense, really stressed. #1, how am I breathing? Right? That's the #1 key. Because as I mentioned, breath is everything, right? If I'm not breathing right, then most likely my body is not expanding and contracting like it should be. So you have to practice what I call, or what they call, diaphragmatic breathing. It's breathing from down here, from the tummy. Like, breathing from here. You should literally be pushing your stomach in and out, as opposed to moving your shoulders up and down. Get a deep, literally let your stomach, which is your airbag, I like to call it, go in and out, in and out. Nothing else should be moving. That is proper breathing. #2, now physiological stuff that I do. For example, I work on my physiology. So they say motion creates emotion. So if I'm sad or depressed, I'll literally just do this. Like just clapping your hands or I'll make myself laugh. Like I'll say something so stupid and retarded that I can't help not laughing. Things like that instantly change your physiology because you're flooding your brain with reasons to create dopamine, reasons to create the positive chemicals, which effectively creates the positive chemical and floods your body with it. Like our body is incredibly genius, but it's so simple, it's almost ridiculous. So that's two, that's physiological. Number three now, and this is directly physical stuff and kind of what I wanted to bring today in the massage. One thing I like to do is grab my palm up, and then just rub the outside of it, just like this, just like I'm doing. Try to go really slowly, but try to bring your thumb in there. Like you'll feel so good instantly. Like this fleshy area has a lot of nerves, a lot of nerve endings. That's why reflexology and stuff like that brings so much pleasure and benefits to people's lives because you're accessing and working on so many nerves at the same time directly. And so results come immediately. So that's one. Another one a lot of you have probably have seen before is on the neck. Our neck holds a lot of tension because a lot of people think it's the biggest muscles are most important when actually no, it's the smallest ones. The ones that don't really take up that much square area. Right? So the neck, for example, holds a lot of tension. It does a lot of work. It is responsible for turning your head, coordinating movement. So for example, to pick up something, you have to actually like move your neck first in that position, and then coordinate the rest of your body to follow suit. A lot of things like that. And then let's not forget the fact that it has to fucking hold your head up all day. So that's a lot of stress. Something I learned, for every inch that you look down, you're adding 6 pounds of pressure on your back and your neck. So keep that in mind. Always look up. Always try to maintain proper body mechanics. Proper body, I don't want to say body language, but body structure. Basically, put your body in positions that it's naturally meant to be in, and try to avoid leaving it in positions that it is not meant to be in. So try not to sleep wrong. Try not to I like to say, try not to shield. Basically, every time we're stressed, what happens is we contract like a ball. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have heard or seen a cartoon called Dragon Ball Z, but every time the characters and they're about to fight, they get in their battle stance. So that's what we do. As soon as um, we register an event to be potentially dangerous, aka as soon as we become stressed, that fight or flight mechanism of our body becomes engaged. It's almost like our body says, okay, prepare for war, even though there's no threat. So now, side tangent, you can see how powerful things like meditation would do for you, by calming yourself and getting yourself to control actively that process, and always be telling yourself and controlling yourself, no, this is not a problem, no, this is not a threat. Something to think about. But anyways, so when it activates that mechanism, it curls you, it crunches you down, it holds you down, it basically gets you ready to fight. But if there's no situation to fight for, there's no need to be in that. And so this is how we unconsciously, or maybe even consciously, unwillingly, or by accident, put our body in a position that it is not meant to be in over the period of a day. So signs of this, instead of your back being nice and out, you actually bring it in. Notice how as I was doing that, my whole body moved. So not only did my back go in as well, but my neck also curled in. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I can literally feel it. So shoulders go in, Neck comes in like it curls, and then your lower back actually curls in as well, like the thoracic region, T1 to T7. But it's pretty much a lumbar for those of you. I hate talking like that. But that's what happens. We just curl in every single part of our body. But when you're relaxed and really comfortable and at ease, your back is nice and wide. Your neck actually elongates, and your lower back actually curls out. It stretches. It takes its full range of motion. So things like that are things that you can consciously be looking for to monitor yourself and see that maybe you're actually stressful and you should change that and take action. So as I said, the palm thing feels incredible. The neck, so I don't know if I can do this on camera, but just try to grab a big piece of it and just get in there. Get in there. And then another one that I personally like, funny enough, is rubbing your belly. It sounds really weird, but there's something about bringing circulation and energy to this part of the body. In some systems of the human body, they actually call it the center of the will, if you guys are into chakras. So they say your will actually resides in your stomach, in that area. And so if you can actually heal it of any imbalance, aka keep it from being stressed, you can accomplish a great deal than if you did nothing and left it unbalanced. So that's one thing I like to do. I usually try to rub mine counterclockwise, but I've come to realize it kind of doesn't matter. It's all about just flow and feeling it and seeing what feels right to you at that moment. So that's another thing. So the palm, your neck, your tummy, and then my other favorite is also, I like rubbing my feet, funny enough. Like, I'll take my foot and I'll just rub all the way up and through, and then start over. Start from the bottom, rise to the top, and through. I learned that there's actually what you can call lines that connect all the muscles of the body, and they'll run across like from top to bottom, side to side, and then back. I mean down and down or bottom to top, depending on which line you're talking about. So the superficial, deep front line, deep back line, lateral line, things like that. And basically what they do is they connect the different muscles together in a line, in one coherent line. And it's essentially, you can think of it as like the nerve railroad of the body. And there's actually one of them that runs across your foot and curls up and then comes back up through your body like that. So working on your feet and doing what I'm doing is one way of hitting it. Just like that. It feels so good. Anyways, hope I got you guys learned something. Until next time. So guys, I obviously did not feel like leaving you hanging, so I decided to actually re-record the foot part because I feel like it's one of the things that can really bring a lot of relief to you. But essentially, as I was saying, you just take your foot and you go from the bottom all the way to the top, trying to basically find this line that's there that runs through it. You just do this nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Another one of the things I like to do while I'm on the foot is I'll go from this side, kind of press down a bit more firmer, and then go towards the corner of the thumb, or right before the thumb, and just kind of squeeze outwards like a circle. It feels so good. Also, I'll go back to the base of the foot, the bottom of the foot, and just kind of rub this part just over and over. And then I'll go to the other side of the foot, just like that. And that just feels incredible. Like literally after you do this, you feel like your feet is alive again. But yeah, just these lines running through the feet, run through your foot. Those are your nerve railroads, and that's what you're trying to get at. Take care.